Grab your bourbon and brace yourself. Welcome to Bourbons and Blindsides, the podcast where we pour strong drinks and unpack even stronger drama. I'm Public, joined by Bond, and we're the host with the hot takes and zero chill. Tonight we're diving into the blindsides that left us screaming, the backstabs, the fake outs, the eliminations nobody saw coming, all while we sip something smooth and brown. No confessionals needed, just real talk, real whiskey, and the kind of twists that make reality TV legendary. Pour up, folks, because the drama is about to blindside you. Let's go. Bond, what's up?
What's going on?
Not shit. What a wild episode, man.
It's making me start to think we need this big of a cast every season because
every week
there's like so many things happening all over this camp.
But Tiffany is playing Survivor now. Like, she's a part of the show.
She went from less confessionals to Zach Brown to now she's all over the episode.
Exactly. Like, she had more time tonight than she's had in a long time.
She better take advantage of it because she might not be much longer.
Yeah, she's might not be in a good spot anymore.
No.
Speaking of Tiffany, so it kind of started the episode with her. She's pretty pissed when she gets back to the beach, but she handles it well.
She to Jonathan's face, she played it well. Didn't let him realize how pissed she was, but when she got in that confessional, she popped off.
She said she would put his name in her burn book. I was like, okay, Tiffany. But so what'd you think about this? You think you agree with me? She thinks she handled that pretty well. Like once I got back there.
Yeah, as well as you could. I mean, you just kind of have to. You got to take it on the chin and be like, I understand, it's okay. I just wish I would have known. Blah blah blah, all the usual stuff. But everyone, I mean, I'm sure everyone knew on the inside she was pissed about it, but you just have to kind of play along.
Absolutely. And then it gets to Aubrey, and apparently she forgot to play her idol last week, is what she tells everybody. She got too caught up in the moment and forgot to play her idol.
Everything happened so fast.
It just oh man, they just seen right through it. Like, it didn't hold any water.
No. And then Devin's is pissed. He's like, we should have voted her out so Christian could get her idol.
Yeah. And then we have what we were suspecting would happen this week is Jonathan. The heat's on Jonathan. So Dee is pissed at Jonathan. She doesn't trust him. She just goes to him and confronts him. And she confronts Jonathan, and then Coach is there with her. And then Coach confronts her about not trusting her.
Yeah.
And then Jonathan shocked me with this. Like, he started turning up on Dee and like pushing into her and going back and forth about the Charlie blindside. And he even knows, like, he even mentions in his confessional, this was like big brain from Jonathan. He knew that she would overreact and get herself in hot water, which she did. Like,
yeah,
we talked about last week. We talked last week about how bad of a position Jonathan was in. 5 minutes into the episode, he flips his bad position on a D.
He trolled her right into the bottom of the tribe.
He did. Like, he was. It looked like he was in big trouble this week, and like the Braun has brains now. What is going on here?
Jonathan 2.0. Everyone's leveling up.
Yeah, everybody's leveling up. It was wild. Like, I didn't realize it at the time. I didn't really realize it until Tribal. Whenever him and Dee were kind of going back and forth again. But I was like, oh yeah, like Jonathan was on the bottom going into this week after that movie pulled last week. He had nobody. No. And it just flipped it around. I still don't know that he's in a great spot, because he might be tied to the most hated person on the island right now. Maybe the next to go home, but we'll see. We'll like bad week for some of these people.
Yeah. The Dragon Slayer's back, though, in case you didn't hear.
He is back. He is back. But this is after, in the first 10 minutes of the show, Coach is like, this is a turning point. Like this is an honorable person is going to win this game.
He's going to make sure of it.
He's
And
going to make sure of it.
Yeah, he's going to carry the torch of an honorable game. He's ready to make
And,
war.
and he's saying this to Emily, and Emily's like, what the hell? Like, this is the same thing that Joe went through whenever he was on the
Yeah.
Emily, Christian, and Devin's like, these guys don't want to play an honorable game.
Yeah. Yep. It's identical. Exact same thing.
And then you get Ozzy and Rizzo coming back, and they learn that there were three evictions last week, and that jury has started.
Yeah, that's a lot to come back to. Just think about it. They were on exile, just them two. They had no clue what was happening. They didn't know there was 3 tribals. They didn't know 3 people went home. They didn't know any of this, and they just come back to 3 less people in the camp, and everyone's fighting.
You know, they had to be like, damn, thank God we were on exile this week.
Rizzo was probably like, gee, I'm so glad you took me to exile.
It's pretty wild. And then as soon as they get back, what is it about Rizzo?
Everybody loves him. Everybody wants him on their team.
As soon as he gets back, coach is trying to pull him in.
He must seem honorable to coach.
Must seem honorable.
That is all he's going to align with.
Well, they gave each other their word. So if he's honorable, then, you know, he's in coach's corner, except Rizzo.
Really.
He also invites Rizzo to join the 4 horsemen.
Replacing Colby.
Replacing Colby, which Rizzo's like, yeah,
oh,
okay,
thanks.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And then in his confession, it was like, why would I want to join the bottom of that alliance?
Yeah.
Like,
now that one of your guys is gone, now I'm allowed to join your alliance.
Never mind the fact that we're just finally on an island together. Like he didn't even include that. Like it's the first time we've had a chance to talk to coach. And then I guess Ozzy and Rizzo named their alliance with Sari while they were on Exile Island. What is it? Does it the Rizamaraz?
Sari's Rizzard of Oz alliance.
A Rizzard of Oz. Okay, yeah. I had trouble understanding what he said. I should have had subtitles on, I guess. Yeah. It's the Rizamaraz.
What was it? Like Wizard
Rizzard,
of Oz.
Rizzard of Oz.
Yeah. Sari's Rizzard of Oz.
I like Rizamaraz better myself.
It's got a better ring to it, yeah.
Got a better ring to it. And then D, what are you doing?
She told someone that tells everybody everything that Rizzo had an idol.
To be fair, I guess she probably doesn't know that Emily tells everybody everything yet, but yeah, Emily can't hold water, and D tells her about Rizzo's idol. And then not only that, but Emily like asked Rizzo himself, is like, you have the idol, right?
Yeah. She's like, D sent it to you, didn't he? Did she? He's like, I don't know who sent it to me. She's like, I think it was D.
No, she said D told me that you had it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And Rizzo's like, okay, well, that plan's out the window. Like I was gonna work with D, but good thing that I made my number 1 ally Sari last week.
Yeah. And then we find out she didn't just tell Emily, she told Jonathan and Tiffany too.
Yeah. So the Tiffany, I thought this was really going to be her downfall. Jonathan never let it slip. Or if he did tell Rizzo about it, then like it wasn't. They haven't shown it. They didn't show it. So I thought, this is more fuel against Steve, but Jonathan never came out with it. I thought that's exactly what was going to happen. And she admits, she played pretty sloppy. Yeah. She played pretty sloppy there.
Spent too much time on the challenge.
Yeah, Johnny Bananas got to her.
Yeah, she's out of survivor practice. She's in challenge mode.
And then the boat comes, and one person must get on, and they'll be back in the afternoon.
Nobody wants to go.
Nobody wants to go. So they pull. They actually. This is a great idea by Chrissy. Like, let's just put our shots in the dark in the bag and draw one.
Yeah, she didn't want to go. She was probably like, yeah, let's just do this. There's no way I'll get picked. I thought for sure after she said that her shot in the dark thing was going to come out of the bag.
That would have been epic. But it was Stephanie that was pulled.
Yep, and she didn't want to go either.
She absolutely did not. And then her challenge is to outlast the water jug for 1 hour.
Dude.
With one arm over her head.
No way.
And then it comes out that she's right-handed. And
Yeah.
then 15 years ago on Survivor, she got her shoulder dislocated. And so like it's still jacked up 15 years later.
Well, she had surgery on it after, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's
And
like,
then so she had to use her left hand
yeah.
to hold her hand over her head for an hour. And this was interesting. She said the pain was worse than childbirth.
Yeah, she said it right up there. I mean, that would be brutal. I would have, there's no way I would have been able to do that. She did have
Especially
she had the good tactic though. She with her left arm up, she had her like right arm resting on her head and kind of holding her elbow for a little bit, so that probably helped. But man, 1 hour is a long time to just sit there with your arm up, especially on that little platform.
yeah, and she was on like I mean it wasn't they made it sound like it was more like the balance would have more impact, but I
Yeah,
mean it wasn't quite a balance beam, but I mean yeah, it still would have
yeah.
had some
But you
effect.
can't like usually like if you're gonna stand there with your arm up in there, you're gonna kind of want to like move around a little bit,
Yeah,
like
shift your
move your
weight.
feet some. Yeah, but you can't really do that standing up there like that. So that was tough.
Yeah, that's a good point. And she's her whole thing is she wants to prove that she still has it and she doesn't want to lose her vote. I guess they didn't really I don't know if it really went over it in the intro, but she said I guess she kept saying that she would lose her vote if she didn't
Yeah, yeah.
get
You
it.
either
But
lose it or you get a reward. There was no in between.
and so she gets it done. And her advantage is still a vote.
Steal a vote. That'll come in handy at some point.
Absolutely will. And so on the way back, she's like, I could go with a plan to tell him what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah,
And so she does a decent job. She tells him like she had to last at least 30 minutes or she would lose her vote. And if she lasted an hour, she would get an advantage.
yeah. I mean, as far as Survivor lies about what happened on a journey, that was pretty good. I mean,
It wasn't
not
bad
much. Yeah, like what else are you gonna? Anything else you try to explain probably would have been even worse. So I mean,
unless you just told them you had it straight up, you had to steal a vote.
yeah. Or she'd either have to do that or just say she lost her vote or something. But then she could become a target. That's I don't think you become as much of a target at 14 without having your vote, because I mean it doesn't really matter that much, the numbers. But my thing is, if she did say she did lose her vote, like how long before she gets it back? Is it just one tribal?
Yeah, it's just one tribal. And
So yeah,
so they're every tribal. So I mean, it
yeah, yeah,
would have just
that
been a
would
1 week punishment.
yeah, that would have been bad.
But I mean, it does come into big time play. Like this season, whenever teams didn't get a tribal, I mean, Colby lost his vote and
The whole
didn't miss
time.
it until the merge. Like he never
Yeah,
got to vote. He
yeah,
got voted out of the merge.
yep. Sari doesn't believe her though.
Sari catches on immediately.
Yeah,
And then something about Sari, man, she just gets people to tell her the truth.
yeah,
It is really, really interesting to watch how she does it. I don't know how she's just got that Sari charm, I guess.
yeah, yep. She's doesn't come off as untrustworthy. You know, seems like she's your friend. You know, you can confide in her. Everything's okay.
She
She
does
won't
it.
tell anybody
She
till
won't tell anybody except Rizzo in the next
till
frame.
she gets to Rizzo. Yeah, her number one.
In the next frame. So these two are really a solid number 1-2 duo. And
Yeah, I think they're even, you know, 1-2 of the trio with Ozzy.
I think
Like
so too.
if it comes
I
down
think
to it, I
that
think they would get rid of Ozzy.
I mean Sari didn't tell Ozzy.
Nope,
Or if she did, she didn't tell it on or they didn't show it.
they didn't show. Yeah,
And then Rizzo also tells Sari about what Dee did.
yeah,
About telling her about the idol, and they agree. Hey, it might be time to get rid of Dee.
yep.
That's where pretty
She's
much
expendable.
everybody on the island's kind of thinking that now. Like
Yeah.
it's time to get, except for Tiffany. So once again, we might have merge early, but we're still dividing into two teams
Yeah.
on the challenge.
I don't mind as much how they did this though.
Yeah,
The
this
way
one
it
was
worked
pretty
out.
cool. This one was
Yeah.
pretty cool. So it was they divided into two groups of 7. It's reward immunity all wrapped into one, except it's 2 challenges. But
Yeah.
the winning group all gets Chinese takeout. Fuck them
And
boxes.
yeah. And a big staple of Chinese takeout, brownies.
And yeah, the big staple brownies. I don't. And then that out of that group, they before they go eat the Chinese takeout, they battle for immunity,
Yes.
and one person will win individual immunity. So it's Jonathan and Christian schoolyard pick.
Schoolyard pick. I'm glad they did the schoolyard pick and not just a random draw.
Yeah, that was.
And they told us, who the captains were and who got picked. I like that. I wish we could have seen just like a quick summary of the draft order.
Yeah, that would have been who went last.
Yeah, because Christian's team was kind of stacked.
Who's Christian's?
Yeah, the blue team. Yeah, he had Ozzy, Devins, whatever, Emily, D, Steph, and Joe. That's a pretty solid team.
Yep.
And then Jonathan had Sari, Chrissy, Rizzo, Tiffany, Coach, and Aubrey.
He picked Coach first. They probably.
Yeah. I'm surprised he picked Tiffany at all.
Yeah, maybe she was last.
Could have been, or he was just trying to, stay on her good side.
He's a competitor. He probably just wanted to win.
Yeah.
Tiffany's the comp beast.
True. Yeah.
And so the blue team, they jump out to a huge lead at the very beginning. They got the ball rolling.
I was waiting for Jonathan to just push the thing out of the hole by himself.
Yeah, just pick it up over his head and walk it to the end. That would have shocked me. And then but purple gets to the key, but purple gets their key first, and so they jump ahead.
Yeah, I think Tiffany got the lock
on the first key,
immediately. And Emily, I think, got it on her last key.
Yeah, she was struggling.
Which that's just dumb luck because all the keys are the same. You just got to cycle through them.
And then purple gets the wall first, but blue gets on the stage the first. They get everybody up and over. Joe really does beast mode here again.
Yep.
And
because Ozzy was last, kind of hopped up, and Joe pulled him.
Yeah, I mean I think he got up on the ball and just yanked everybody up there. And so they get to the puzzle, and this is really, really tight. It's Emily and Christian versus Coach and Chrissy. When I first seen the pairings, I really thought that Coach and Chrissy were going to be cooked.
Yeah, I thought Christian and Emily were going to run away with it, but it was close the whole time.
It was. They kind of got out. Emily and Christian kind of got out to a lead. They were like 3 or 4 pieces ahead, and then it looked like Coach and Chrissy were just a couple pieces like away. But Christian and Emily ended up pulling out for the blue team, getting them some Chinese takeout.
Oh yeah, Coach wasn't happy, man. He chucked one of those pieces of the puzzle.
He wanted that Chinese food, man.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't study all the Chinese proverbs eating American
food.
And so then you got Christian, Emily, D, Ozzy, Joe, and Stephanie competing for immunity. And it's they have to balance on a actual balance beam this time.
Yep.
And while holding an egg, like was it an egg or a ball? A ball.
Just like a ball.
A ball above their
very long stick.
Yeah.
And you say they all competed. Devins didn't really compete.
Yeah, Devins immediately. Immediately. Comp beast. I have it wrote down. Comp beast Devins drops fast. Devins is so awful at comps, man.
He didn't even make the first transition.
Absolutely awful. He's like, why can't we have like a weather map up here? I would dominate. Given the weather, or transitioning to the newsroom. Like, give us something like that. I hate challenges. And then Emily drops next.
Hers looked like she was solid. It's just like it looked like her stick just kind of twisted. So and then the ball just kind of rolled off. So she kind of got unlucky there.
Got to keep a stronger grip, Emily.
That's right.
Can't let it twist in your hands.
She's probably thinking about the next thing she was going to tell somebody, so she lost concentration.
Probably. Like, what information can I spill this week? And then they get to the final transition. Then Christian drops.
Yep.
And then Stephanie follows. Then D drops, and you got the Joe versus Ozzy showdown. And of course, stop me if you've heard this before, Ozzy wins immunity.
His eighth individual immunity over all his seasons, one away from the record held by Boston Rob.
Yeah, Boston Rob stood heavy in this episode.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught that, but I'll mention that later. But then they go to eat the Chinese food, and the only thing that really stuck out to me from here was what I just mentioned it a minute ago. They're going through the Chinese food. Somebody's like, "Hey, we got bowls." It looks like fuck the bowls.
She's just shoveling food straight out of the cart.
Fuck the bowls. Oh man,
That was actually the most relatable I've ever been with Emily.
Exactly. She's kind of grown on me that this
Yeah.
episode kind of grew on me a little bit. Like she had some moments. And then get the view from the people back at camp that didn't get to go on the reward, and Jonathan and Coach are pushing D. And then Aubrey goes up to Coach and they start having a one-on-one, and Aubrey starts to realize that, I don't think, not playing the idol last week, even though everybody knew I had it, was a good idea.
Yeah. Aubrey asked Coach, she's like, why is it that my idol is what everyone's talking about that I still have when the other two no one cares about? And Coach is just explaining to her, well, it's because you said you were going to play it and didn't. But if she would have seen Rizzo's season last 49, maybe she would have just kept not playing it and say, well, I can get away with this kind of like Rizzo did.
Exactly. She have that swagger though.
No.
Do it?
No.
Like, yeah,
No.
I don't know.
Not at all.
I don't think
Plus, there's extra incentive to get rid of her idol, because if they got rid of her, then Christian gets it.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's definitely, like she said, it definitely.
Do they know that? Is that in their instructions when they get the idol? Does it tell them that?
I don't think so. I don't think she actually knows that. Yeah,
I know a lot of the other people know.
Yeah.
And some of the people that have idols know that if they get voted,
Yeah,
they'll go back to somebody else. But I didn't know if she knew that or not.
probably not.
And then, so at this point, this is where the Boston Rob reference comes in. Like, Coach is doing like a Boston Rob thing.
Yeah,
Where he was just trying to control the vote. Like, the only thing he didn't do was make somebody sit in a certain location and not get up and talk to somebody. I was like, this is where I'm like, this is how Rob got voted out. Like, doing this same type thing. Like, people, this is gonna wear thin on people pretty quickly, and sure enough, it did.
I mean, think about this. You got a tribe of 14, and you're going to try to organize an exact 7-4 vote on 2 people, and tell each 7 and each 4 which one they're going to vote for. It's like, and no one wanted to vote for Tiffany. Everyone wanted to vote for D.
Can you imagine if this worked?
Crazy, right? Crazy.
Man, but then Coach goes to Devon's, and it's like, we can't tell Christian, because I think Christian's like, he's in the middle.
Yeah.
He's squirmy. Why do people tell Devon shit about Christian? Do they not?
Does Coach not know that Devon and Christian are tight?
I don't.
Is it not obvious on the island?
I guess not. This is the first time that Coach fucks up with Devon, but yes, like, it was just like, what does Devon's do? And then how does Coach not notice that Devon's goes right to Christian?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think?
I just want to know who told him. Like, what do you think told him?
Like, you walked by when they were talking. What the fuck?
The Dragon Slayers. He's losing it.
He's not very perceptive. The wonder he has to slay dragons because he can't outsmart them, apparently.
Well, he's spending too much time thinking of haikus. I mean, he's too focused on haikus.
That's true. He was kicked back in the hammock. And I thought that he was kind of getting on Jonathan's nerves there a little bit too.
He was getting on everyone's for a while. At one point, anyway.
And then Coach gets pissed because Christian found out about the 7-4 plan.
Yeah.
And Devon's is back with Coach now, and he's like, who told him and all this and all that? And he's like, Devon's kind of like, I don't know why it's a big deal that he knows. He's like, we don't want people in the middle to know. Buddy, Rick Devons is in the fucking middle.
He is the middle. He's the definition of the middle.
Oh man. And so at this point, like, this is just one thing about Emily, Devons, and Christian. They just don't like that holier than now attitude of, we're playing with honor and all that. And so at this point, these 4, like, or these 3, like, we should maybe vote for coach.
Yeah, they're starting to spin it on coach, and it didn't look good.
Yeah, Emily pushes it hard, and like Ozzy's, she goes to ask Ozzy about it, and he's like, "Oh, I don't care." You know, deep down, he's
Yeah,
like, "Hell yeah, I'll vote for coach."
yeah. He's like, just let me. He's just like, just let me know.
And then, I mean, it kind of seemed like this point, like maybe everybody would be on board with it, kind of, because even, they could easily get Rizzo and everything. So at this point, I'm thinking coach is in trouble.
Yeah, because Dee and Tiffany are going to be on board.
Yeah. And so then Rizzo's school's coach about how bad he's playing.
He's like, you told Rick about we can't let people in the middle know, and Rick's in the middle. And coach is just like, oh man, like he just realized that Rick was in the middle.
Oh, coach.
Rizzo had to tell him, we slay dragons at tribal, not at camp. Can't be doing that at camp.
Yeah, like Rizzo
Might be the new dragon slayer.
He might be. Like
he's gonna take over.
I've done a 180 on Rizzo this season. I did not like him last season. I couldn't stand him. And this season I thought like he wasn't going to be long for the game, but now I think I respect his game this year.
It's funny seeing him play with all these veterans. It just kind of shows you what his game is and how actually good at this game he is.
Yeah, because last year it was more like they're just with some idiots.
Yeah,
I mean, him and Savannah ran that game so hard last year. Like it's like we were just with some idiots, and he confirmed what we've been talking about. How Savannah was his true number one. He just didn't want to tell the tribe that.
Yeah,
he didn't want to tell Charlie that because they were supposed to hide how close him and Savannah were.
Yeah.
So, like that whole misunderstanding was for nothing. Oh man, that was wild. And so then Emily and Devins are still developing a plan to coach, and they run it by Ozzy and Tiffany, and then we get to tribal. So once again, we go into tribal. I didn't really know where it was going. Did you?
I thought coach was in trouble. I really did.
I thought they were leaning D going into tribal.
Yeah.
But I seen a clear path that like it could flip to coach. Like I didn't know. I wasn't 100% either way.
He kept getting on people's nerves at tribal.
He kept getting on people's nerves. And then at tribal, he starts off tribal with the coachism.
Yeah. Jeff asked Devins, can you translate the coach speak? He's like, wrong guy, bro. I don't know.
And then so Tiffany giving great answers at tribal, like she's had the biggest come up this episode to me.
Yeah.
Except, I mean, I don't think she improved her position a lot, but there are fans that are sitting at home now that know who she is.
Yeah. They know she's actually there.
They know she's there. And then we get to the vote. And before the vote, Aubrey gets up, plays her idol like she said she would. She's like, it's a scarlet letter. I don't want it no more.
Yeah.
Smart play, Aubrey.
She's right.
Smartest play you've made all game.
Yeah.
And then after that, D gets up. Or before we get to this part, like some of the answers and everything, D played perfectly what her and Tiffany before tribal, they talked about D's like, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna start whispering, just expect it. Don't just stick with me. I'm just gonna try to get some paranoia, try to get some attention thrown to coach. And I thought it kind of worked a little bit. I thought, the rest of the people there did very good at listening and just kind of giving her positive reinforcement without eventually joining her side. But I mean, I thought it was a hell of a Hail Mary.
Yeah, when she was going around talking to people, I was pretty sure coach was in real trouble there.
Except he looked so calm. I was like, that was the only thing that was holding me back, because he just looked so calm. And you figure like if he knew that he was like there was a chance that he could be in trouble, like he would be kind of more out there. So at this point, it's like they're lying to somebody.
I thought maybe he was oblivious to how much trouble he was in.
He definitely could be, but so we get the vote. Before we get to the vote, D plays her shot in the dark. Not safe.
Not safe. She was talking some junk too when she was turning it in.
She was. I think we've had like 10 of these played and only one came back safe or something
Yeah.
like that in the whole time it's been here.
One, maybe two, but I think it's only been one.
I think so. And that was that was one of the best tribals ever because they cast the sole vote to or
Yes.
didn't they? Did
Yeah.
or how did that work? Because they
I
didn't
think
get a vote.
I think every
There were no
vote.
votes for anybody else.
Yeah, there had to be one other. I don't know what they did, but I know that he was definitely the target.
I
when
think
he
they might have
did it.
let them vote since everybody else.
Yeah, you have to
Everybody
revote.
else's votes were.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but yeah, that was a pretty wild situation. I'll have to go back and rewatch that. But in the end, D gets voted out. I mean, it looked like it was once I knew coach was safe after the second or the fourth or fifth vote came back.
Yeah.
Either Tiffany or D.
Just going back and forth. Tiffany D.
Yeah. Once it started doing that, I was like, bye D.
7-4, she got voted out. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, that is pretty wild, man.
Like
they're
they're
playing games with this on these edits.
Yeah.
Like, does coach really have this much control over this tribe?
I don't know. I need to go back again and look and see. I looked at it like after they show like who voted for who, and I don't remember everyone that voted Tiffany and D or whatever, but I would love to know if he actually orchestrated who was going to vote who, or if they just kind of figured it out without him.
It's wild to see that, but sounds like they showed they showed the scenes from next week, and it really seems like there might be a double next week. Is that what you got out of that?
That's what I was thinking when he said, what do you say, double the consequences or something like that?
Yeah, he said double the consequences. So
yeah, it might be another a double tribal now. What is there? There's
14.
There's 13 left
13.
now, right?
Oh, there is 13. So they're gonna send somebody to exile and do 2 teams of 6 again.
I hope not, man. I hope they. Let's see. How could you vote 2 out with a full tribal? I don't know. Have like 2 separate votes with everyone there. That'd be kind of weird. Like vote somebody out and then do another vote and vote somebody else out.
So I mean, if it's a double, they got to do the 2 6s.
It's got to be 2 6s and someone's.
I'm tired of them splitting everybody up because it just messes with the dynamics.
Yeah,
like if you just get put with the wrong people, then
the last one was really bad. If last week when they did the 3, because it just made the tribes too small. There was only 5, and it was a random split.
And then somebody was immune in each tribe.
Exactly.
So there was only 4 people to
choose from. Right. So I didn't like that. If with that many people, if they could have done 2, but there was, I mean, the numbers weren't right for that. But
you wonder if the original plan at that point was 3 tribes of 6. Because remember we had
Kyle messed it up.
Kyle got medvaced. And so then maybe there wasn't going to be an exile. It was just going to be two tribes of 6.
Yeah, that would have been better. But I'd rather have had 2 tribes of 9 at that point.
Yeah.
At least you still have a big enough tribal where there's more options to vote out.
Yeah, but then you don't get the triple, the blood moon.
Gotta have the blood moon.
Gotta have the blood moon.
Blood moon's gone, I guess, right? Like like it just went away. It's a one night thing.
Just went away. It's gone.
No more blood moon.
It's gone. House of Villains this week.
House of Villains. It was another wild one.
Another wild one.
Another cliffhanger.
So yeah, we had it. So we got to follow up on the cliffhanger from last week's episode. Well, I guess technically it was like 2 weeks ago episode because the new episode comes out tomorrow, but we don't do this till Wednesdays.
Yeah, and last week we recorded one day on Thursday, so it was
even on the day it came out.
Night, yeah.
So the third nomination was Christine. Didn't see that coming, did you?
No, not really, but okay, it was probably it.
You know who else didn't?
Christine. She still doesn't know she's up.
She didn't know what to say. Like, you got anything to say? He's like,
no.
They're good. And then this was Kate's big mistake this week. She says, I didn't put up New York because surprisingly I like her.
Yeah.
And This didn't last
That blew up
3
her
minutes
face.
into the episode. New York quickly picked her side and let Kate know about it.
Yeah, well, she went to Kate and was like, Tom really wants to stay, blah blah blah. And Kate just goes, well, if he really wants to stay and you want him to stay, see if he can go up in his spot.
Yeah. Oh, that pissed New York smooth the fuck off.
It was done after that. There was nothing coming back after that.
What really pissed New York off? Like, she doesn't like people speaking for her.
Yeah. Oh, and
Paul.
Yeah.
Paul was talking to Christine, and he's like, yeah, maybe we can get New York to vote for you. And New York's like, no. Don't be offering my vote, Paul. That's not your vote.
I can't remember. I didn't write it down. I can't remember what she called him, but it was something weird that like didn't even really make sense. Like, don't be cumbersome or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember. Man, I don't remember exactly what it was. But yeah, she's pretty heated at Paul.
Yeah, she doesn't like. Yeah, you can't go in there and tell people how New York feels. Only New York tell people that.
That's right. And then we get to Tyson. He gets a confessional where he says he wants to win redemption and bring in Paul.
Yeah.
Like, they keep going back and forth with this.
Yeah.
Weren't they in an alliance to begin with?
In the very beginning, yeah.
Like,
remember they had Tyson, Tom, Paul, and Johnny.
Yeah, and Ashley.
But they were gonna run to the end. Well, you see how that worked.
Yep, and then Ashley, and then they stopped trusting Tom, the Tyson Tom, and then Tom stopped trusting them.
And some of the mistrust has come from dumb stuff that like it isn't even real.
Yeah,
I don't know. They just so one thing happens, they're like, "Oh, we're done. I'm out." It's not even that serious.
Meanwhile, Paul tells everybody that he put his nominee or his allies' names in the nomination box.
Yeah, and they still want to work with him.
Everybody wants to work with Paul because he's the lone guy left.
Yeah. I guess you just gotta be up front and tell everybody what you're doing.
And speaking of being up front, I wonder if Tyson was up front with his wife. They're on a video call and New York comes walking by. And it cuts the producer saying, I guess afterwards, after she was talking to Tyson while he was on the phone with his wife on a video chat. So you think his wife knows that y'all kissed?
She's like, I'm not gonna get involved in that. I'll let them handle it.
Oh man, that was good times. And then we get to right before they get to the challenge, whatever, redemption challenge, right?
Redemption, yeah.
On this one, Drita and Paul are telling Christine if it's sabotage, then sabotage Tyson.
Yeah.
Like at this point, the whole house wants Tyson out. Like they want Tyson gone, pretty much, except for Tom Sandoval. And then you got Candy Muse from season 2 back as the host for this comp.
Candy's
and we
back.
speculated on this last week. Challenge involves teamwork involving old friends. So everybody all the people up for banishment have one of their friends playing with them. So Tom Schwartz has Tom Sandoval playing with him.
Yep.
Tyson has Gervais playing with him. And Christine has Savina. Is that Savine?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I don't know her name.
She was. Another one from Selling Sunset.
And it's the ring can't touch pipe or you have to start over is how the challenge was explained.
Yeah. As soon as I saw it,
I was like Tyson and Gervais. Jarvis.
Yeah. This just looked like something like they would do on Survivor.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
It's like
100%.
My thoughts
exactly.
Yeah.
And then struggle bus for the Toms immediately.
Yeah.
Like
they're doing awful. Water.
They're doing awful.
Not good at all. At one point they got pretty far, and then it was just so many times just like getting stuck at the very beginning.
And at the beginning, Christine and Savina weren't doing great either.
Yeah, no.
And while Tyson and Jarvis they're almost at the end, like as soon as the thing starts.
Yeah.
But then Christine and Savina start gathering their feet, and they're getting pretty far. And then Tyson and Jervis mess up
Yep.
and have to go all the
Had to
way
go
back.
all the way back. They were pretty
No,
far when they hit it too.
yeah, they were almost to the last area, and then Christine and Savine were right behind them, and they mess up. So it just kind of resets everybody. Actually, the two
Yeah.
Toms might have been in the lead for a split second.
Yeah, by like a foot.
And then Tyson and Jervis end up winning, and Tyson gets redemption for the week and is off the banishment.
And Kate is none too happy about that.
Not happy at all. And then they go back to the house and they're going to have a party, and Candy brings in everybody's other friends. So you have Ben from Below Deck,
Chef
Josh
Ben.
Martinez from Big Brother, Chance, I guess, from Flavor of Flav, or what was this one?
I knew him, but I didn't remember how I knew. So I like had to go down a whole Wikipedia rabbit hole to find out who this guy was. So he was from, I remember him having a twin brother from whatever I saw him on, but I couldn't remember the show, but I knew I'd seen him. And so I looked him up. He started on I Love New York. And then there was some other show that came out. It was called, man, I don't even remember, but it was a VH1 show, and it was like basically like a challenge type show, but like not as serious. And it was all like members of like Flavor of Love, I Love New York, The Rock of Love, Chance's brother Real, so they were Real Chance of Love. It was just all like a mix of them, and they had like multiple seasons of that show, and that's where I saw him at. And so yeah, I guess him and New York just go way back, but I don't know where his brother. I guess his brother doesn't do anything anymore, but he's this Chance guy. He had some ideas about the game. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, he sure did. I don't know if any of them were right though. And then you got Aaliyah, who is Drita's daughter.
Yeah, and I guess technically she's also from her show.
Yeah,
we got to see some flashbacks of Mob Wives when she was in there.
And then so at this point, Tom like realizes, oh shit, I need Paul's vote.
Yeah.
And so maybe good thing Tyson was working on him earlier.
Yeah, really. Who knows if it worked? We'll know next week, tomorrow.
And the New York says you might as well call her Pocahontas because she's out here protecting the white men, trying to get Tyson to stay. Some of the shit she says, man, I don't know how she comes up with this shit.
I don't know.
I don't know how
it's good.
I was like, what the hell, New York?
I guess this is how she got her own show.
And then we get to the part where you're talking about later, where she's whining to Kate about, why'd you have to put Tom up? I don't want Tom to go home. And she's like, just take his spot.
Yeah.
And New York gets mad, says, fuck her with a long dick.
Yelled it out too for everyone to hear that one.
Oh man, this is about the time Kate's like, oh, wish I would have put New York up.
Yeah, really.
I didn't because I'm stupid.
Yeah. If you're gonna have to hear about it anyway, she might as well be up there on the hit list.
But yeah, enjoyed. I didn't write down much from the party. Like it was just kind of there wasn't a whole lot of game talk.
No, how about when they had like the club inside the tent there at the backyard? And they put so much smoke in there that everyone was choking and had to leave.
And then you had some back and forth with Chance. It was cool to see everybody with their homies all in one place.
Yeah,
nice to see Ben.
Josh was trying to give Paul some advice on watch out for the women. There's some strong women in there. Trying to tell him he should go to the end with the guys. Paul's like, that's what I did last time. Look what happened.
And then it's nice to see Ben back. I've seen him on reality TV. He's a character. He was very calm.
Yeah.
I'm not used to seeing that, Ben. I don't know if you've seen Below Deck, but
I haven't watched Below Deck, but he seems like a bit of an instigator.
he's definitely he's my favorite chef, man.
Yeah.
Like he's awesome on Below Deck. Yeah, all the chefs. If you ever get to watch Below Deck, all the chefs are absolute lunatics, and
Nice.
he kind of takes the cake.
It's funny they showed a flashback of what was it, season 1
Season
that he
2,
was
he
in?
was
Season
he
2?
was,
Yeah. He came in
and
fed
then
the food.
Kate said, "Yeah, I knew he was in season 2 because they offered me and I declined."
Yeah. She was busy.
And so then you get to, where am I at? I lost it. Oh, and then they do play a game at the party with Candy's out there, and she's like, "Let's play a game. Let's do a little truth or dare." And it gets to Kate, and it's I guess it's dare. Like, who do you trust the least?
Tom.
Tom. No
Well,
hesitation.
that set him off. He didn't like that answer at all.
At all. And then more letter talk and argument in front of the whole house.
Yeah.
They both have really good points.
Yeah.
But like, it's just those lines, they're kind of parallel. Like, they never intersected, and that's what neither one of you are getting. Like, the intent was never bad intent anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
But it seems like it from the outside if you don't know all the consequences. And then
it's all about why'd you have to kick the envelope under the chair? That's what it was all about. He's like, I didn't even do that.
But you knew about it.
You
It didn't
knew
say
about
anything. And then Tom and their band were awful. The two
Well, I don't know why. This has been a thing for years with him and this trumpet. It's like, I don't know what the deal is with that, but it's not good.
Yeah, it was
Never has been.
awful. I guess he said the restaurant went under too.
The one that they own together, Schwartz and Sandy's, they closed last year or the year before. And then I guess Lisa's selling Tom Tom. So he's got no restaurants left.
Did he still own a part of that?
Like 5%. I think they had like 5. Each one of them had like 5% in it.
Man, better start getting these reality TV shows.
Yeah.
Keep getting.
Hey, I mean, Special Forces, Traitors, and House of Villains back to back to back. He's doing good.
I don't know. I've never seen Special Forces.
I didn't watch it either. He was on. I guess it was the most recent. I think they've only had a couple seasons. I don't even know. I think he was on the most recent. I think Brittany was on one of them too.
Which Brittany?
From Vanderpump.
Oh, Vanderpump. Okay.
Jax's ex-wife.
I was like, "There's a lot of Brittany's. You talking about Big Brother?"
Yeah, there are a lot of Brittany's in reality TV.
And then Tom and Tyson, when they were talking about Kate as Mr. Burns.
Dude, her Mr. Burns energy, and they were walking around all this stuff. It was hilarious.
Oh, the heads, man.
Yeah.
Like, they're fucking stupid.
Mr. Burns energy. I was like, oh my God.
And,
they weren't far off.
No, they weren't. They weren't. They were
so funny.
And then Christine goes to this thing where she's like, "I'm not campaigning."
Oh no.
She's
not
like,
gonna.
"I'm just hanging out. Like,
just gonna chill.
Everybody's gonna vote for him. Like,
yeah.
I don't need a campaign." While Tom is campaigning to everybody, including Drita.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why he's wasting his energy here. Yeah, he says Christine doesn't understand what's going on.
Which is true.
But the thing is, Drita does.
Yeah.
So she knows. Like, yeah, why would I not take an idiot like that to the end with me?
Exactly. No one's going to vote for her.
Over you. And then he goes to Kate, and it's like a very, very awkward conversation.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a whole lot of talking, and then Tom's like, what can I do? And, she's like, she really wants an apology.
Yeah.
And He gives it to her the next day during her speech.
Yep.
Kate might be on the fence.
Because it could be a tie, right?
It could be a tie, and then
and then she would tie break.
Which then so we get to the vote, and then Christine's speech is that she sucks. But at least that's why she could keep her, because she doesn't know what's going on. She's never going to win a competition. And just giving this speech, and it's like, oh, hey, I have pockets. Just, I don't know if that like interrupted her speech, or if she had more, or if she was completely done. But or maybe they put that on the teleprompter for her speech. She was reading her speech on the teleprompter, and to fuck with her, they put, "Hey, I have pockets."
I think she literally actually discovered those pockets while she was standing there.
Yeah.
It just like blew up her whole train of thought. But she did make a good point. Everything she said was true.
Everything she said was true. And she's dumb. She doesn't know what's going on.
I wonder if Drita told her to say all that.
I don't think that she needed to. Because I think if Drita told her that, she would forget by the time she got up there.
Yeah, that's true.
She wouldn't remember. Or she'd just be like, "What are you talking about? I don't understand what you're saying." And then Tom says that this is his favorite reality TV experience ever.
That's kind of crazy. He was on Traders.
Yeah, he was on a lot of stuff.
I think it's just his love for Tyson made it his favorite.
Probably. Tyson was getting kind of jealous when Schwartz was there.
Yep.
A little bit.
He definitely was.
A little bit. And then Tom apologizes to Kate and says he really wants to be there. And then they vote. And in true House of Asshole fashion,
we don't get to know who goes home.
We don't get to know who goes home, but we know it's a tie.
It is a tie.
And
so
that
now
Kate is casting the deciding vote.
That's the cliffhanger. Who's Kate gonna vote for?
She's voting to get rid of Tom, right?
Probably, but there's a non-zero chance that she just says screw it and votes out
Christy. Why? What would be the benefit for that for her then?
I don't know. Same reason she said she didn't put New York up because she's stupid.
Because Drita and Christine are the only two people in the house that would not put Kate up if they won supervillain, right? And so if she saves Tom, who doesn't put her up next week? If Drita wins supervillain, she'd probably put her up.
Yeah,
with Tyson and Tom.
So maybe she thinks if she saves Tom, then they won't put her back up. I don't know. I think from here, since we've dwindled so far, I think from now on there's only 2 people up.
Is there?
I think.
I didn't know if they got to that point or not. I think because they're still only voting for 2 people, so I think they're going to keep 3, right?
Oh, that's true.
Because the redemption challenge.
Yeah, that's true. So how many people are there? There's 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think there were 7 this week, right?
Yeah, before.
Well, there was 4 votes.
Yeah, 4 votes.
So
Kate.
7 people. Yeah, 7 people didn't vote.
So there would be 6. So you'd have the supervillain would get to choose from 5 people. Yeah, I guess they could still do 3.
Yeah, do 3 all the way to the end.
Yeah,
screw it. And then we didn't really get much in the spoilers for next week because I didn't want to give away who they were sending home.
So we'll see. Either way, it's gonna be if she votes out Tom, obviously you'll have this big, Tyson versus Kate thing going on. If she votes out Christine, there'll be this big thing where, all right, now are Tyson and Tom going to be with her, or are they going to act like they're with her and backstab her? So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Oh, and then this reminds me, whenever Tom was campaigning to Paul, like Paul was all in, listening to him and everything until Tom tells Paul, he's like, if you vote for me to keep me, you'll be my hero. You'll be a hero.
Oh yeah, he wants to be a hero and not the villains.
Yeah, that set Paul off.
Yeah, it's like I'm no hero.
Like, don't call me a hero. I don't want to be a hero. Just
He was
like he
offended by being called a hero.
wants to be all about the drama.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the see who's going to win this season. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we probably only got a few more episodes left, right?
Yeah, we get down to 7 people. I don't know when they have their finale, like their
Yeah,
final
and
episode
I
looks
think
like.
there's 3 people in the final vote, right?
Yeah, but they've also been stretching these out to 2 episodes for.
True. Yeah.
Like, you got to have the episode for the nomination and spoil it and all that. So,
Yep.
Man, I know I talked to you. Have you had a chance since I talked to you in the messages about jury duty? Have you seen this yet?
I haven't started it, but I definitely am going to.
I love it. Love it.
So, is it? I thought I heard something about it where people don't know what's going on, or they don't know it's not real, or something like that. Is it not a real thing?
It's not a real thing. So, have you seen the Joe Schmo show?
Yeah.
So they basically it's a very similar premise to that, except this is like they're putting them in more like real life situations. Because if you remember the Joe Schmo show, you're like, "How this is crazy? How could anybody believe this?"
Yeah.
But yeah, it's at first I didn't catch on at first because I was playing MLB and kind of just had this on as background noise. And so I missed the opening credits usually tell you it's like, oh yeah, jury duty and all this stuff, and all these people serve on the jury, everything except all these people are actors except this one person.
No
And
way.
then so they don't know about it. Everybody else is actors, like it's a set, everything.
The whole thing
So
is staged.
the whole thing is staged, and it's incredible, man.
So
Absolutely incredible.
what's the end goal? To get all the way through without the guy figuring it out, or what?
Pretty much to just fuck with them and see what kind of reactions. They turn it into like seeing what kind of person they are. They kind of put them through situations to kind of see,
Yeah.
and let them shine a little bit.
So, like, can he win
that,
anything, or?
Yeah, they get a monetary gain at the very end.
Okay.
Like they can't. They even did this back with remember they did it with Joe Schmo where they just gave him the prize spot or whatever.
Yeah.
I think the first Joe Schmo was really good, and then the second and third were kind of like they took it a little far. But
I don't know if I saw it after the first season. I think
the second season is really bad. They make it like a Who Wants to Be a Bounty Hunter type game show or something where you get to be a bounty hunter. And then
God.
This last season, was it on Peacock or was it? I can't remember what channel it aired. It might have been VH1 when it was around, but it was really, really wild. Really wild. It was like they tried to make it out to be a foreign game show, like that worship goats and shit.
What the hell?
Like, you wouldn't believe some of the stuff that they were doing. Like, this guy just bought it all. But this is kind of.
Oh my God! What?
There was a point in this one. I'm like, there's no way that this is, because I'm still thinking like maybe this is kind of real. And so it starts off like James Marsden is a very big part of this, and so they kind of play it off like it has to go to jury duty as well.
Oh,
and so he gets selected, and just so some of the stuff with him, and it was wild. I didn't realize it was completely fake because I missed the opener until I seen a guy that I believe he opened for Segura when I went and seen Tom Segura live. He was the opening.
Like, why is this guy in here?
He was the opener for him, and so I was like, I know that guy.
What is this, the first season?
So this was aired in 2023. There's actually a second season already out on Amazon too.
Okay.
You can watch that one too. It's it's House or Company Retreat, presented by Jury Duty.
Oh.
So where they find another individual.
It's like a fake company retreat.
Like fake company retreat. And this one is even more wild than the Jury Duty season. But the Jury Duty, like the first episode, I was hooked on Jury Duty. It had me in, like, I don't know if I've laughed so hard at a reality TV show in a long time.
Oh man, I definitely need to check it out.
It was good. It was good. You got to watch it. Anything else out there that you're watching, or?
I'm trying to think. I don't think anything right now is on the list. Still haven't started Mormon Wives, but the new season, but I'll get there.
Hell
That's a
yeah, yeah,
that's a big train wreck.
yeah. I haven't got into that show. I need to try to catch that, or I need to really catch up on some Below Deck. And
Yeah, I want to go back and watch that because everyone I know that has seen it loves it.
yeah, like I said, just start with now you know Kate and you know Ben.
Yeah,
So I mean, you've already got a head start on the very
yeah.
early first seasons. I don't know if Ben's on season 1 or if he comes in on season 2. I can't remember.
Now I know, like every episode they have like guests or whatever on the boat. Do they ever have like famous guests, like celebrity, or maybe not even celebrities, but people from other shows on there?
Yeah, they had. Well, they had Jamel Hill was on there
Oh,
one
really?
time. Uh, trying to think of who else. There's been a few. They're not coming to the top of my head right now, but yes, there
Yeah,
have been celebrities on there.
that's cool. Because like, it kind of reminds me of. Have you ever seen Vanderpump Villa?
I
Where
haven't.
it's basically like a not even a hotel, but like a resort type place that she owns or that she has. The first season was in like Italy or something, and people would come and different groups would come and stay. And like one episode, they had some people from the Challenge were on there. Uh, Another one is some of the Mormon wives were on there. Big scandal happened after that, and it's like some of the guests are like from other reality shows.
Okay.
I love a good crossover.
Oh, crossovers are awesome.
Hell yeah.
uh, but yeah, you got to check out Jury Duty.
I'll add it to the list. My list is getting long.
Yeah, so much stuff out there right now.
But
All right, man. You got anything else before we jump off here?
no, I think we covered it.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll be back next week after a new episode of Survivor.
Alrighty, let's do it.
Take it easy.
See ya.